Right, Apple 3.7% move on Friday. Pretty big move after the stock was basically sitting at 52-week lows. What to watch from here? I'm going to show you the data were basically how many times Apple was up 3% or more in 2022. So this was 3.7% move. So in 2022, it happened 18 times. And I just marked basically the most recent ones just to show, because what's relevant to us traders, I'm not sure if you're an investor, I'm not going to look too much about Apple because everybody knows they're in fundamentals, right? So short term, let's look at this data. Basically, all these squares that I highlighted are the levels where stock basically had 3% plus rally and what happened next. So in August, that after that rally, stock had quite some time trend to the upside. Right here in September in the beginning, it pretty much gave it back. Right here, it had one more day and then it gave it back again. And then after hitting lows here at the end of September, it was green for about 3-4 days, gave it all back. And then it had one more lasting move to the upside while entire stock market was making new lows, and it started basically having that really decent upside move all the way to its 200-day moving average. And right before hitting that 200-day moving average, it had another 3+% move. It could be more, but I'm just talking about 3% or more. And you know what happened. Gave it all back. And right here, it had another time 3+% move. Didn't go too much higher. Chopped around. Gave it back. Gained it again. Chopped around. Gave it back. Now we're here. So it can do something like this short term. Historically, January is pretty... not even 50-50, okay? 60% of the time markets are down, and only 40% of the time there's a probability that it will go positive. So yes, Apple can go up higher, but next level of resistance to watch 135 and 50-day moving average. But what's the probability, as a support I'm watching 125, but what's the probability of Apple hitting going all the way back to these 140 levels, or maybe 134, because 134 is now a solid resistance. So I don't think that it's going to go to 140, but I just look it up in option activity. Basically, I go take a look at the strikes. Let's say in January, what's the probability that Apple is going to hit 140? And I just take a look at the strike and just take a look at the probability of that strike going in the money. So according to the option market, there's 20% chance that $140 strike by February 3rd will be in the money. So 20% chance is not a lot to me. But if you're someone who trades in the money options and maybe ultra short term, maybe there is an opportunity to trade. But given that it's sitting at its lows, I mean, one day is not enough. One day is not enough for me personally to turn bullish and say, hey, this is the bottom for Apple. From here, it can just have a counter trend and go all the way to maybe 200-day moving average, all the way to 150. I have to see it basically to form some sort of a uptrend, higher lows, higher highs. But right here, right now, it can just give it all back next week on Monday. It can just wipe it out and go back to making new all-time lows, because couple days ago it was sitting at its 52-week lows. But if Apple rallies, we're going to see overall market rally, because that's the biggest market cap stock we have. And officially, I think it's not a $2 trillion stock anymore, or is it back above at that level? Let's just look it up, that fact. Is Apple still $2 trillion stock? So yes, it's back at $2.62 billion stock again. But a couple days ago right here, it was a headline. But yeah, we'll see. Not going to talk too much about not too much at all about their fundamentals, because I'm not here to argue with anybody who's investing. If you're investing, great company, I have nothing to say about that. But bigger picture, still in a downtrend, and it's looking a lot like a head and shoulders pattern. This is a monthly chart. You can see this whole move right here between 135 to all the way 180 could have been just a distribution, pretty big distribution. Even here it was pretty big distribution. And you can just take a look at Amazon. What Amazon, I mean, most recent one is Tesla, but you can take a look at Amazon. It did pretty much same thing, and it came back down, wiped out 700 billion or 800 billion of its market capitalization. So I will not be surprised to see Apple at those $100 and maybe even $80 levels. Why not? A lot of people might think that they maybe have reached their potential in terms of growth. There's not much to grow from here at this point, because anywhere you go, you see people with iPhones. But again, I don't want to talk too much about the fundamentals of the business, because I don't want to get into argument with anybody. Still great company. The best company, I think, in my opinion, in the market we have, just by valuation alone, because it's still the most valued company that we have in our market. So that's the video for Apple. We're gonna take a look at it next week, but so far those are the levels I'm watching. So if it loses 125, careful, because it can come all the way to $100 levels. So take care. Peace.